As countries around the world continue to struggle with the COVID-19 pandemic, here are some of the news and happenings from 2021. Many countries have managed to roll out COVID vaccines to their population, but still countries focus on themselves instead of helping other countries that have not even been able to get the first and second doses of vaccines to their population. Over the years, we have seen that the vaccine pressure have increased, and some workers even lose their jobs for choosing not to take the vaccine. In 2021, Canada reached their highest recorded temperature in recorded history. Early in 2021, NASA completed a safe landing of the RTG-powered Perseverance rover, which also includes testing of an Ingenuity helicopter on Mars. Australia cancelled its submarine contract with France and joined AUKUS together with United Kingdom and United States, and this will lead Australia to acquire nuclear-powered submarines. It was a good year for private spaceflight, as SpaceX continued its development of the Starship and had a good commercial operations and continued development of the Starlink satellite network, and had a successful flight and landing of the Starship number 15. Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic continued to have a successful test and commercial flights as well, and NASA provided funding for private space stations from 3 teams, one of which being Blue Origin. China also launched parts that will be part of the new space station from the country. And the world met in Glasgow, where the world agreed to limit the CO2 emissions to 1.5 degrees Celsius, but currently the pledges will only limit the warming to 2.4 degrees Celsius if implemented. Due to cold winter weather, Texas and its independent power grid suffered blackouts, since the equipment was not winterized, so the power plants could operate during cold weather. Wind and gas power plants suffered from being frozen, causing major blackouts and damage due to frozen water pipes. In the energy space, wind and solar continued to be installed with new records in 2021. 85 GW of land-based wind was installed, and over 25 GW of household and over 19 GW of commercial solar was installed. As some countries are not following the recommendations of the IPCC, Germany is continuing to close down sources of CO2-free energy like nuclear power. Germany closed down over 4 GW of nuclear power in 2021, while some countries like Finland started its new nuclear power plant in 2021 with 1,600 megawatts of low-carbon energy. In terms of environmental news, wildfires around the world continue, and in the state of California, over 8,600 fires are registered alone. Wildfires pose a threat and destroys properties and harm the local environment. The government of Norway funds carbon capture projects, which is a full value chain of capture, transport and final storage. The government of Norway provides funds to build the first carbon capture plant at a cement factory. Cement production will create CO2 from its process. Naturally, the world will still continue to use cement. Therefore, it's important to develop solutions for this industry. When the carbon capture plant is online, it's going to capture 400,000 tons of CO2 each year, which is going to be transported by CO2 tanker vessels and stored in a safe geological formation in the Norwegian continental shelf. Ocean Cleanup, which is an NGO fighting plastic pollution, develops a new system to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and remove plastic from the ocean. The NGO continues to place inceptors that collect plastic waste coming from rivers. The inceptor in Jakarta, in Indonesia, made a record by collecting 2.5 tons of plastic waste in a single day. The NGO 1 tree planted over 23 million trees in 2021, replanting over 37,000 hectares in 45 countries. Let us hope that more positive progress will be made in 2022.